Good morning. Uh, yeah, 12:02. I got lost in thought here, and 12 o'clock it went past me, and then the next thing I know, it was 12:01. So I just waited for the '02 to get here and start my video. The title of which is "Where is the Love?" There haven't been many comments on my previous video as I sit down to write my next blurb. But the idea of laying the responsibility for a failing creation is being resisted as in the past. People simply don't like the idea of suggesting that it's God's job to fix what's broken. Some even suggest that this is not God's world, but Lucifer's. If that is true, and if God really isn't going to do anything to liberate those of us who are waking up from the nightmare of human existence on a prison planet, I have no respect for such a God. As I've said before, get me out of this game. Get me off this treadmill that goes nowhere. Supposedly there have been previous failures to liberate creation from the clutches of evil liars and tyrants. To me, that would imply that God, Creator, has acquiesced and given creation to supplanters, especially Lucifer, if such an entity actually exists. The system in this world, therefore, is unfixable, and creation is meaningless. I hope that is the wrong conclusion. We'll see. Meanwhile, I'm reminded of the hit song by the Black Eyed Peas, "Where is the Love?" Good question. And I do provide the link for that video of "Where is the Love" on YouTube video. Anyway, I want to report that I spent time yesterday now looking for a new place to live where I don't feel like I'm being a burden to my son or actually to anybody else. I'm taking what little money that I have from selling some of the things of my property. I'm taking that and trying to rent my own inexpensive apartment. So I pray that goes well. I actually was interviewed by the landlord, private individual, and his wife who owned the property. I didn't see his wife, but in any case, I pray that all goes well with that endeavor and gets me into a home where I will have my own room and an office where I can record my videos and take my things out of storage and have my own place. It will be small, if that's the place. But the place that I looked at today, it's not a large place. I don't remember how many square feet it is. It's 700, maybe 600 something or 700 something. I don't remember the exact number. It's a 2-bedroom unit, though. Anyway, pray that that falls in place for me if that's the best choice for me. But "Where's the Love" has been something that I've looked for all my life. And I remembered back to when I was younger. What was the name of that poem that I wrote? By the way, I lost a lot of my poetry that I had written. That was in my garage, and I don't think that box got taken in storage. It had my writing in it. It had things from Dr. Mary that she had written, mementos that are irreplaceable, simply irreplaceable. And those are the things. Those type of things are the items that hurt the most of having lost. But somebody commented. Well, there were several comments that were made on my last video that I didn't see, as I said, until this blurb was probably written 7 a.m. or so this morning. I think I recorded the other video at 2 a.m. And this one was written just a few hours later, and there weren't a whole lot of comments on it at that time. But one of my friends, Daniel, said, and I quote, "Don't get caught up in that love thing, because some things we will never be able to love. But we can come to accept all things as they are." And this same individual indicates that he doesn't believe that there is a God. And others have suggested similar things, that they're, I'm railing and expecting something that doesn't exist to answer my prayers and to be what I'd like God to be, But I've grown up as, again, nobody even taught me some of these things, or at least, maybe, I don't know, I don't remember the training my parents gave me. I've told the story already, how I was told when I was 18 that I was given to God when my parents were married, and I was conceived 4 days after their marriage and born 9 months later on October 21st in 1946. So I've always, to me, I've never questioned that there's a God. I mean, it's not until these recent events that occurred in the last few months, I just took it for granted that not only that there was a God, but that I was here on a mission to help establish the kingdom of heaven on earth. But I've looked for the love, because I was told that God is love. And I believed it. I just took it for granted that that's the truth. And I've lived my whole life. And if there is no God, then I understand why there doesn't seem to be a loving creation that is a nurturing creation that helps us build towards something positive, instead of always trying to defend what little we have and have it taken away from us, and have life have meaning, have life have sustenance. But it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't go the way that in my mind it would go if there was a loving God, which makes me question, where's the love? I hope I'm wrong. I said that in the blurb. I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong. That there is a loving God, that there is a meaning to creation, that it's not just a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing, as Shakespeare wrote at one point in time. I'd like to believe that, not just believe, but actually experience the love of God in my life and in my world. Some people say, well, you've got to find it inside of yourself, Ron. Don't look for it on the outside. You have to find it on the inside. To me, again, inside and outside are the same thing. The outside and the inside have to become one. As long as they are two different things, there will always be disappointment. There will always be upset. There will always be things happen that don't make sense. You have to have the integration of opposites, the balancing of opposites, in order for life to make sense. I mean, these are things that I've wrestled with, and I don't know if or when I'll be able to stop wrestling with it. I'd like to see the kingdom of heaven manifest on earth that I grew up believing was the inevitable destination of the human race. I'd love to see a God manifest in whatever way can be manifest, so that we, the creator, the creation, can become the creators we were destined to be, and to create a world that works for everyone, where no one breaks the rule of violating another's free will. Thank you for listening, and please consider some of these things and pray for me. Thank you, and namaste.